Hey guys, I'm here at a new tiny house village located just outside of the Redwoods National and State Parks in California. And I have a feeling that this tiny home village is going to be one of the best ones yet because it's owned by the same owner that has a tiny house village that's wildly popular in Oregon. We've actually done a tour of that village already, so if you'd like to see that tour, make sure you check out the link in the description. But right now we're gonna meet up with Josh, the owner of now 2 tiny home villages. He's gonna take us through his future plans for this space, and we're also gonna step inside of a few tiny homes that are currently here.
I started up Tiny Tranquility initially in Waldport, Oregon, and that location's been open for about 7 years now. Within a few years after opening Waldport, there was still a huge demand and need for legal tiny home communities, and we thought this would just be a great opportunity to build that. Tiny Tranquility Redwoods is our new Tiny Tranquility location in a small town called Hyuchi, California, which is actually very northern California, just south of the Oregon border. My friend Sean and I, who I went to law school with, had been looking at potentially doing a project, another tiny home park. It's a 27-acre property, which is one of the reasons we loved it, with 120 sites. And we bought it as an active and ongoing RV park, and we're just now in the process of bringing tiny homes into the park and building a tiny home community.
After seeing and experiencing what Josh did up at Tiny Tranquility Waldport, it was a no-brainer. This environment in some ways is even more conducive because of all of the trees. There can be more of a sense of spaciousness and privacy here, and already community is starting to be built here.
I think I've been drawn to tiny homes. One, just aesthetically, I really like the way they look. I like the whole idea of sort of the minimalism that tiny home living forces on people. And I really like the idea of trying to build community. The reason people are here, they really do want to be in a community. So they don't just want to drop their tiny home by themselves on a piece of land, which we all know is difficult, maybe not legal in a lot of places. They really want the community piece of it and a place to legally put their tiny home. So in terms of the things that we've got going on, the amenities, if you will, at Tiny Tranquility Redwoods, I think of the natural beauty around us as an amenity and maybe the biggest draw. Most of the people here are going to be outdoors people who want access to the amazing redwoods, to the Smith River, and to ocean beaches. But in terms of what we have in the park itself, we're just putting in a community garden right now, actually, and getting that ramped up. We've got some pickleball courts, we've got a laundry room. One of the biggest attributes is we've got some really spacious sites here, and we're also going to be building a commons building because, again, I think that's a huge piece of helping to build the community by having a space where people can get together and have potlucks and come together with their friends and family. And so that's something we hope to be able to start building by next year. Currently, the space rent at Tiny Tranquility Redwoods is $750 a month plus electricity.
I visited here and I gotta say, it just felt right. It's a growing community, it's new. I knew that it was gonna be a place that was really gonna grow into something great, and people were gonna have like minds and just wanna come and build a community. So I was really excited to be at the beginning of all of that. If you want nature, man, it's here. This is like a beautiful place to just come and get away. And here I am, just getting away all day.
Hi, Josh.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Thanks
Good to
for
see you.
having me. Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah, I loved seeing Tiny Tranquility Waldport, and I was so excited when I heard that you were opening another tiny house community in California. So thank you so much for inviting me down. And can you show me around a little bit?
Yeah, thanks for coming. I'd be happy to. So, yeah, this is our second Tiny Tranquility location, just south of the Oregon border in Northern California. It's a large park. We've got 120 sites here. And we've been bringing in tiny homes now since about September of last year. We bought the park in May. So yeah, now I think we have 16 tiny homes already here, and we've got another one actually coming in today. So right now we're walking down one of the rows of sites in the park where we have most of the tiny homes congregated. We are still running it as a sort of a traditional RV park as we build the tiny home community. We're going to have 4 nightly rentals, and we've got several tiny homes that are for sale by the builder. As we walk down this row, you'll see some tiny homes and also RVs in the background. We expect by the fall of this year for this entire row, maybe with one exception, to be all tiny homes.
Very exciting. It's like a baby tiny home park, you know, because Waldport is 7 years old now, or 6 years
Yeah,
old?
we opened Waldport in June of 2018.
Right, and it's been super successful, and I mean, everybody talks about it as like one of the best tiny home communities in the country. And you're not really accepting any new people there, right?
No, and actually that's one of the reasons why we decided to do this park. We've been full in Waldport for several years now. When this park kind of fell into our lap last year, we just thought it'd be a great place to start up a new tiny home community. It's not a carbon copy of Waldport, it's its own entity, its own thing, but we're sort of sandwiched around the Jedediah Smith State Park, which has some of the tallest redwoods in the world, and we're almost right across the street from the Smith River, which is a wild and scenic river. On top of that, we're just 15 minutes to some really awesome ocean beaches in Crescent City, California, and about half an hour to some really amazing beaches over the border just north of Brookings in Oregon as well.
Yeah, and there's really not that many, I don't think, options for people to park in Northern California, a tiny home, right? Like, I don't think there's any other tiny home communities anywhere near here that I know of.
Yeah, there's really nothing at all, unless you're going into a traditional RV park.
Well, I think it's great that this is another opportunity for people, you know, to park their tiny homes, because it can be challenging.
This is one of our nightly rentals. We'll have 4 nightly rentals, and then most of the other tiny homes here are people living here full-time and a couple people that will be living here part-time, just like in Waldport. This is our clever tiny home.
Let's check it out. Oh, wow, yeah, it's very modern, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a super cute, clever tiny home. It's one of our nightly rentals. This is a builder actually out of San Diego. They're building out of Mexico, actually. So we've got this unit that we own ourselves, and then one of their park model units, which is longer and wider, is right next door, and there's a couple more coming into the park actually in September. So this is a 24 by 8, sort of the standard width, mid-size for what we see in tiny homes. This is really just a rental for 2 people. It's got this super cute Murphy bed. A fully functional kitchen here with nice stone countertops, an oven.
So much storage.
Yeah.
There's a ton of storage with the uppers, lowers, and then all around the Murphy bed as well. That's
That's what we really liked about it. Even though nobody's going to be living in it, even for a nightly rental, people can put their bags and clothing in the storage, and there's really a lot of storage for a tiny home this size.
It really is.
And then it's got a full bathroom as well. Regular toilet. We don't have any composting toilets in our nightly rentals. And then a full, really nicely tiled full shower as well.
Yeah, super modern. I love it.
Yeah, some people want the natural wood and sort of a more of a rustic look, and this is not that. This is kind of the opposite of that, and some people love this and some people won't. So.
But this feels like a studio apartment, you know, like a luxury hotel room.
That's kind of how we present it. It's like a nice hotel room with the functionality that you don't often get in a hotel room.
All right, well, thanks for showing me it.
Yeah.
Let's see what else is around.
So we're getting towards the end of, we call it our cedar row, where we have a lot of the tiny homes congregated. We're also starting to put tiny homes, you can see a couple of them over there, including a couple we have for sale on our birch row. And again, this is going to be the primary area where we have the tiny homes, but we're not limiting the tiny homes to this area. If you want to come to the park, you can be in any open site. We just thought it'd be nice for the tiny home folks to kind of be together within the park. And then we're getting towards an area where we have, right now we have mostly RVs there, and the sites are kind of closer together. And what we'd like to do, if we can get planning approval, is reconfigure the sites in this whole area over here and make them much more spacious. Make sure they're all 50 amp sites that'll be more conducive for tiny homes.
And you let people kind of design their outside space as well here, like with porches and gardens in their backyard if they want, or how do you do that?
Over time, we found that people really wanted to have nice decks or covered decks and maybe small sheds, and you know they're going to be there a while. I mean, we've got people in Waldport that have been there 5 or 6 years, so we certainly opened that up in Waldport, and we're doing that sort of right out of the box here. Within reason, we're certainly supportive of that. We realize that this is a place that People may live for years. We want that. We feel like we need to allow them to make the space their own as much as possible. This is our duck pond, and actually call it our lily pond. Really nice area in the park. In the future, this is part of the area where we want to reconfigure into some really nice tiny home sites.
I am living in an 8.5 by 30 tiny home, and I've been in it for just almost 5 years. I've only been living here for 8 months. To drive through the redwoods, to come and go, everywhere you go is just a gift. I'm very happy. I can't find anything wrong here. It's just so magical.
So here at Tiny Tranquility Redwoods, they actually have 5 tiny homes that are for sale, and they're all completely different. So I thought, why not do a little shopping while I'm here? I hope in the comments you'll tell me which of these tiny homes you like the best. All right, so this home is 8 feet by 27 feet. It's a used tiny home, and it's currently for sale for $95,000. Right here, there's a downstairs sleeping space. It's also used as a couch area, so it's kind of like a day bed. There's a mini split up here. This is probably used for a dining table or a desk area. Ladder that leads up into the main loft. Nice stone countertop and a deep sink. Has a full range, which is pretty cool, and a big microwave and fridge freezer combo. Back here we have a huge pantry. Oh, very cool. I always like it when there's a surprise storage moment. And finally we have the bathroom, which is enormous. There's a bathtub, guys. A vessel sink, washer dryer combo, and a lot more storage. I can tell someone lived in this because it's really thought out as far as like the amount of storage you need to actually live in a tiny home. So this one is 9 feet by 32 feet, including the deck. It's built by Tiny Mountain Homes, and it's $75,000. Right here we have a living room and like a little bar dining room space. Nice looking kitchen, big sink, microwave, 2-burner stovetop, nice wood cabinets. Ooh, really tall cabinetry, actually. There's a lot of storage in this. And then actually the ceilings are really tall in this too. This is all one level. So this would be a good tiny home for somebody who doesn't want to crawl into a loft. Over here we have a bathroom, just a simple bathroom with a pocket door, little sink, toilet, standing shower. And back here is the bedroom. Right now they have it set up with a twin bed. This is just for staging, but this could definitely fit a queen size bed. Let me know if this is your favorite. Otherwise, we're gonna go check out one of the others. The next tiny house we're gonna look at on our little shopping spree is the Casper Tiny Home by Mint Tiny Homes. This tiny home is huge at 340 square feet, 10 by 34, and the price range is somewhere between 146 and 152. So let's check it out. So here we are inside the Casper Tiny Home. It has a huge kitchen right here at the front, L shape with some really nice appliances, dishwasher, oven, stovetop, a nice stain that they have on the exposed wood. This is the great room. Upstairs, we have a full loft, and the bathroom has a toilet, a nice big vanity, and a rather large shower as well. And right here is probably where the washer and dryer is intended to go. Back here is the bedroom that's on the first floor with a large closet area, 2 windows and high ceilings with a ceiling fan. Nice little pocket door here, separating the spaces out. And then back here, there's another loft. So this is actually a 3-bedroom tiny home. This could sleep probably 2 more people in a queen size bed. So 2 big lofts and a downstairs master loft in this one. That's why this one has such a high price tag. All right, so here we are inside of the Ventura model by Mint Tiny Homes. This one is 10 feet by 40 feet long, so it's 400 square feet. This model retails for between $145,000 and $155,000, and I think you'll see why. There's 3 bedrooms, which means there's 2 large lofts and a downstairs large master suite. The kitchen is huge with a large island, high-end appliances. You got a stovetop, you got a range, you have a refrigerator, freezer, a microwave. The loft is accessed by this ladder system here. But as you'll see in one of our other tours that we did on the property, you can put in like a folding staircase here if you prefer. Comes with a nice built-in TV, entertainment, and fireplace area. Staircase up to the main loft. Some storage in the hallway. Large bathroom with a washer dryer, not combination, stackable. Flush toilet, vanity, corner shower. All of these have pocket doors for privacy, and this is the back master bedroom, which has an accessible exit. Really high-end tiny home. So this is the last tiny home that we're going to take a look at on our little shopping spree. It's also built by Mint Tiny Homes, and this one is called the Ruby. It's 8.5 feet wide by 34 feet long. So as you enter the home, you can see that there's a galley-style kitchen. It has a full oven, refrigerator, dishwasher, which is luxury in a tiny home, fridge, freezer. In the back of the home is the bathroom. Pretty large bathroom, has a large standing shower, little vanity, and an area for storage, flush toilet. This is where the access is to the first loft, right here. And then on the other side, there's actually 2 bedrooms on this side. So one accessible by this corner staircase, pretty spacious loft, and there's some nice cubbies over here for storage as well. We have 3 windows and some built-in lighting. I feel like even with a mattress, I'd be able to sit up in bed, so that's a perk. There's a mini split, so heating and cooling, and down in here is the downstairs bedroom area, or this could be converted into an office, or if it was my house, I would probably put a Murphy bed here, so it could be both. Okay, so that concludes our mini tours of all the tiny homes they have for sale here at Tiny Tranquility Redwoods. Let me know in the comments which one you like best. And just FYI, I am not getting commission for any of these, so even though it might sound like I was being a used car salesman, I'm actually just really interested in tiny homes and I wanted to check them out, so I thought you guys might like to as well. So yeah, let me know in the comments and we can discuss. If you like this week's episode, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and check back soon because we have new unique home tours publishing all the time. And if you'd like to join our team and get access to members-only content and unique perks, make sure you click on the join button below.